Archibald Higby.
I loathe you, Spoon River!
I tried to rise above you. I was ashamed of you. I despised you as the place of my nativity. There in Rome, among the artists, speaking Italian, speaking French, I seemed to myself at times to be free of every trace of my origin, and to be reaching the heights of art, and to breathe the air the masters breathed, and to see the world with their eyes. Still, they would pass my work and say, "What are you driving at, my friend?" Sometimes the face looks like Apollo's. At others, it has a trace of Lincoln's.
Tom Merritt and Mrs. Merritt.
At first, I suspected something. She acted so calm and absent-minded. And one day I heard the back door shut as I entered through the front. And I saw him slink out behind the smokehouse into the lot and run across the field. And I meant to kill him on sight. That day, walking near Fourth Bridge without a stick or a stone at hand, I suddenly saw him standing there, scared to death, holding his rabbits. And all I could say was, "Don't! Don't! Don't!" as he aimed and fired at my heart.
Silent before the jury, returning no word to the judge when he asked if I had aught to say against the sentence, only shaking my head. What could I say to people who thought that a woman of 35 was at fault when her lover of 19 killed her husband? Even though she had said to him over and over, "Go away, Elmer, go far away. I have maddened your brain with the gift of my body. You will do some terrible thing." And just as I feared, he killed my husband, with which I had nothing to do before God. Silent for 30 years in prison. And the iron gates of Joliet swung as the gray and silent trustees carried me out in a coffin.
She loved me. Oh, how she loved me. I never had a chance to escape from the day she first saw me. After we were married, well, I thought mortality might set me free, or that she might divorce me. But no, few die, none resign. So I ran away and was gone for a year on a lark. She never complained. She said that all would be well and that I would return. And I did return. I told her that while I was out for a row in the boat, that I had been captured near Van Buren Street by pirates on Lake Michigan and kept in chains so I couldn't write her. she cried and kissed me and said it was cruel, outrageous, inhuman. That was the point where I knew that our marriage was a divine dispensation that could not be dissolved. Well, except by death. And I was right.
He ran away and was gone for a year. When he came home, he told the silly story of being kidnapped by pirates up Lake Michigan, and kept in chains so that he could not write me. I pretended to believe him, though I knew very well what he was doing, and that he was with the miller to Mrs. Williams now and then when she went into the city to buy goods, as she said. But a promise is a promise, and marriage is marriage. And out of respect for my own character, I refused to be drawn into a divorce by a husband who had merely grown tired of his marital vows and duty.
Hamilton Green, Elsa Wortman.
I was the only child of Francis Harris of Virginia and Thomas Green of Kentucky, of valiant and honorable blood both. To them I owe all that I became: judge, member of Congress, leader in the state. From my mother I inherited vivacity, fancy, language. From my father, will, judgment, logic. All honor to them for the service that I was to the people.
I was a peasant girl from Germany, blue-eyed, rosy, happy and strong, and the first place I worked was at Thomas Green's. On a summer's day when she was away, he stole into the kitchen and took me right in his arms and kissed me on my throat by turning my head. And then neither of us seemed to know what happened. And I cried for what would become of me, and I cried and cried as my secret began to show. And then one day Mrs. Green said that she understood and would make no trouble for me, and being childless would adopt it. He had given her a farm to be still. So she hid in the house and sent out rumors as if it were going to happen to her. And all went well, and the child was born. They were so kind to me. Later I married Gus Vertman, and years passed. But at political rallies, when sitters-by thought that I was crying at the eloquence of Hamilton Green. No, that was not it. I wanted to say, "That's my son!"